Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to She Is Me, Rabata's 2016 educational fundraiser. We are celebrating 15 centuries of female scholarship, women's contributions to the community, and uplifting of this ummah. Today we are in the 9th century and we are back in Delhi where we will meet Bibi Rajii, who was a woman intent on creating positive cultural change and uplifting and supporting her community and the ummah in general. Bibi Rajii is known again for her philanthropy, also for her clear vision and building of buildings and institutions. And she built buildings that are still standing today. One of them is Dargah Sulaiman, which is a mosque, and it was 65 feet above the ground. Remember, we're in 9th century Hijri here. And those of you who have some understanding of architecture understand that the building of buildings is building a language that speaks to people. And Bibi Rajii did this. She spoke to people. She spoke to people with her beautiful buildings that lasted until today. And she said, we are important and we have something to contribute. And these buildings were mosques and educational institutions. She was actually really concerned about education and deeply admired scholars and intellectuals. She would, on a regular basis, give scholars stipends and also prizes for their work. Students, she would give scholarships and living expenses. So she was helping on both sides of that. A far cry from the modern day low teacher salary and where students have to pay a lot of money to go to school. It was the opposite. She was giving to the teachers and giving to the students so that both could focus on that learning. It's also said that she was especially concerned and especially uplifting when it came to girls' education, girls and women. And to that end, she built a special school, a special girls' school. At this, I remember, 9th century Hijri. So this is before women's studies and such things. Her school was built to ensure that girls could study, would have the opportunity to reach their intellectual potential. Bibi Rajii of Delhi. She did one other thing as well, which was really interesting when we're thinking about positive cultural change. She found that a lot of uneducated people couldn't really interact with the names of the Islamic calendar. It was probably a language barrier. And so she invented new words for the Islamic months in order to help those who were uneducated understand the Islamic calendar, interact with it, and know which month was which month. Outside of Ramadan, I think even us today, we struggle. What month are we in? Not in Ramadan, of course, and not in the Hijjah. But other than that, we're really thinking about that. And she really made sure that people had an understanding of where we were in the Islamic calendar. Basically, a gift of time to the ummah. Now, holding her poster today is a young woman that I had the pleasure of attending her award ceremony. She was one of 3 who got an award from the Muslim Women's Association of Chicago this year, Dr. Asra Ali. Dr. Asra Ali is not only is she a clinical practicing dentist, she's also a professor of dentistry at a local Chicago university. She is well known for her excellent lessons and her great work with her patients. Now, you can imagine how busy she is, holding down both clinical work and also teaching work. But she makes time to uplift the ummah and contribute to the community. Quite a lot of time, actually. She heads or advises, I should say, the MSA at the university she teaches at. She also is co-chair of the ISNA Convention Program Committee. So if you go to ISNA and you love that program, she is one of the people that you really need to thank. She works tirelessly to organize all of those speakers and all of that schedule to help the entire Muslim Ummah of North America really benefit from those 3 days at the ISNA convention. She also is part of Imana Smile or Save Smile, which is a place where dentists can give back to the community and help to bring healthy smiles to people who otherwise cannot afford to. Sometimes going to refugee camps, other times going to countries that are in places that need help with their dentistry. She has done so much for this ummah, and she's also participated in her own learning and admires, as Bibi Rajii, she really admires scholarship and teachers. You never hear her but that she has a beautiful word to say about those she's learned from. The vast spectrum of everyone she's learned from, she always remembers them. And even in her speech at the MWA award ceremony for positive contribution to society, positive image of Muslim women, and ideal role models for a generation of women, she remembered her teachers and their contribution, and her parents, who also had great contributions to this ummah in the United States, as Bibi Rajii's parents also had great contributions to Delhi. So Asra Ali is channeling the energy of Bibi Rajii to this 15th century in her contribution to the ummah, contribution to community, and uplifting of the ummah. Remember to go to support.rabata.org and contribute to the very programs that help us to keep this legacy going. Contribute to Ribaat, contribute to Daybreak Press, contribute to Circles of Light. Don't forget SNAP and Rabata Care are both Zakat eligible, and the rest of the programs are Day of Judgment eligible for rewards. All of them are. Thank you so much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum.